First turn item lock is back, be careful. Yeah, what do you know? We play Luxio, we block all the items and love it for show. You don't get it, yo. We can't even grow. With Luxray and Celebi, we're taking the show. You might as well throw your items away, cause they don't mean shit anymore. Ho, you're already dead. Dad, sycamore everything you don't give a crap. Consistency falls apart. Oh snap, that's right, item lock is back. If you haven't heard, yeah, look at that. My episode's on your screen, it's a fact. You'll learn about the TCG scene, it's a dream. A lyrical machine, just try that like button if you know what I mean. Ha. Oh yeah, first turn item lock. How do I explain that one to you guys? Episode 149. What's up YouTube, it's Zadder's TCG here and welcome to episode 149 where we'll be talking all about a new deck called Luxray and Shining Celebi. But first, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more great Pokemon TCG content like this, and hit the little notification bell as well so you're updated immediately when a new video hits the channel. Okay, where do we even begin with this new deck? First up, the Luxray line will be released in Ultra Prism on the 2nd of February, so be sure to buy some booster packs when the set finally hits stores, so you're able to pull one of these amazing new lightning types. Alright, let's just start off with a little Shinx. There are actually two versions of Shinx available to us in the upcoming set, but the one you want to grab is the one with the Runaway Evolution ability. This ability states this Pokemon can evolve on the turn it was played if it's the first turn of the player going second. Wow, this means we can always evolve if we start second. So if we flip a coin to decide who starts, there's no downside at all with this deck. If we can start first, we simply set up using Bridget on the first turn and evolve the turn after that. If we cannot start, we just have the ability of Shinx at our disposal to evolve straight from the bat. So if we go second, bang, there's a Luxio coming out of nowhere and we can start attacking as early as turn 1. Why is this so good? Well, Luxio, believe it or not, is the star of the entire deck. For a single cardless energy, we can use the attack Disconnect, which deals 30 damage, and your opponent cannot play any item cards from their hand during their next turn. Holy macaroni, that is powerful. It's the exact same thing like Seismitoad EX in Expanded, but then for cardless energy. I know it's on a stage 1, but with the ability of Shinx we can get there straight from the bat. And just thinking about this, ladies and gentlemen, item lock on turn 1, it's back. I know 30 damage might not seem like a lot, but with Choice Band we're already hitting 60 damage against GXs, and the effect of item lock is just so insanely powerful, meaning the opponent cannot play any tool cards down like Floatstone, Choice Band, Fighting Fury Belt and more. Also, useful items like Rare Candy are now blocked, so say farewell to skipping your stage 1, fellas. Haha. Yeah, also Ultra Ball, the most crucial item in the entire game, is now blocked, so no more searching your deck for Tapu Lele because Ultra Ball is now blocked. Want to have some recovery with Super Rod or Rescue Stretcher? Sorry man, you sycamored away everything, there's no way getting that back because you're in an item lock. Oh, you don't like my Choice Band? Well, sorry, you cannot get rid of it because your Field Blower as well is blocked. Healing off damage with Max Potion? Well, forget about that because you are item locked. Want to have Energy Acceleration with Max Elixir? Sorry to disappoint you, but that's blocked as well. So the list goes on and on, so item lock is insanely powerful. That is something we can already tell, and it has been insanely powerful since the way it was introduced all the way back a few years ago. Seismitoad EX took over the entire format, and pretty much everybody was worried about the item lock on the first turn. Vileplume from Ancient Origins formed an alliance with Decidueye GX and became one of the best decks, if not the best deck at that particular point in time. So yeah, first turn item lock is insane, and with Luxio, it's possible, so count us in. Now you might wonder, 80 HP, isn't that a bit silly? You get one-shotted straight away. Well, glad you noticed, we also have an evolution in the form of Luxray. Luxray might not seem like a tank, but it definitely is a tank. It has 150 HP and it has the ability Intimidating Fang, which states as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks deal 30 less damage before applying weakness and resistance. This is pretty important here, it's before applying weakness and resistance. So in theory, the opponent will have to deal 180 damage to one-shot us, which is not an easy task. Also keeping in mind that Choice Band doesn't work on us because we are not a GX Pokemon. It also has an attack called Voltage Arrow, which lets you snipe 150 damage on the opponent's side of the field anywhere you like. which is a really powerful thing to do, but the downside is that you have to discard all lightning energies attached to Luxray. This could see some synergy here with Electrode from Evolutions. That one can blow himself up and then attach himself to one of your Pokemon to provide 2 lightning energies, so in that regard we can use that. Or if you want to play something differently here, you can also go with Counter Energy. That way you can add in some tech cards like Cobalion or Sudowoodo as well in your deck, because Counter Energy works on non-GX Pokemon, and Luxray, yeah, believe it or not, is a non-GX Pokemon, which is awesome. So in theory, this could be our late game finishing attack using that Voltage Arrow Bang and to snipe something that is almost knocked out, and we get our last prize cards like that. But the thing I love most about Luxray is that it has free retreat, meaning you can circle around your Luxrays freely, so we don't need to rely on things like Floatstone or Switch in the deck. Also, Guzma works perfectly with a card like this because free retreat gives us so much control on our board side if we are using Guzma. As a bonus, it also has a resistance to metal, so Registeel or Celesteela GX, for example, won't do anything at all since we have an ability to block damage, and we also have resistance, unless Celesteela decides to use his GX move or something crazy shenanigans like that, but we have the resistance and as the ability as well, so that is crazy. Now, here's some bad news as well. Luxray is weak to fighting, meaning threats like Boswell GX and Lycanroc GX will eat us up alive. Or do they? The ability, as it now translates, states that the opponent deals 30 less damage before applying weakness and resistance. In that case, Boswell would be only dealing 0 damage to the active because that damage gets reduced by 30 before applying weakness and resistance. So 0 damage times 2 is still 0 damage. So that would totally rock. But we need to wait and see how it gets printed in the English counterpart. So that would already be a buzzkill for Boswell. Get it? Lycanroc, on the other hand, is kind of an issue. It needs 3 energies to have that one-hit KO with that Claw Slash, but it also has the GX move, Dangerous Rogue GX, that can one-shot us, but then they have to rely on their GX move to get only 1 prize card. So I think the weakness is not good, but it's definitely manageable. And also, if you want to get more of our extra HP on your Luxray, there's also the option of using Luxray Break. In combination with Max Potion, we might have ourselves an unstoppable tank that item locks turn after turn. Yeah. All that aside, here is where the deck comes together. Remember our little friend Shining Celebi from the previous episode? Yeah, well, let's add it into this episode as well. For those of you that are new, Shining Celebi has an ability that lets us use any attacks from our previous evolutions. Can you already guess what we'll be doing here? Correct, we try and get out Luxio as quickly as possible. Presumably on turn 1, bang, we get him out. We can also use Wally here, but it's not even necessary in a case like this. But then again, if you evolve into Luxio, if it's your second turn, you can use Wally to go into Luxray straight from the bat, which is awesome. So you can get yourself a Luxray in play, and if you have Shining Celebi in play as well, it would already be crazy. So if we happen to have our Luxio out and evolve it into Luxray later down the line, we can still use the disconnect of Luxio thanks to Shining Celebi. Doesn't that sound fantastic? This will be one of the best new decks coming out of the Ultra Prism set, because first time item lock, don't underestimate that. And not to mention, we can snipe around with Luxray, so if it happens to become at a case where we need to take some prize cards, well, we can snipe for those. Now, we can also think about some tech cards. As mentioned, the attack of Luxio is for Carless energy, so you can basically splash anything you want into a deck like this, but the obvious choice would be running Lightning Energy, since that's what I'm gonna do here in this video. I'll stick with Lightning. Tapu Koko GX is a fun one that can just come out of nowhere if you bench it. It has the ability Arrow Trail, putting all the Lightning Energies you want onto it and then striking it to the active position. And it also has the GX move, dealing 50 damage for each energy attached to the opponent's side of the field. So if your opponent has 5 energies attached in their entire board position, well, you deal 250 damage. Not too shabby, right? Xurkitree GX is also another fun option. This guy cannot be touched if the opponent has special energies attached, which is a great thing since a lot of decks are relying on double Carless energy, Rainbow energy, Strong energy, Splash energy. We could keep going, but yeah, anything that has a special energy attached cannot even hit us. So Xurkitree GX, definitely a great one, and it also comes with that Lightning GX move, which is crazy. For a single Lightning energy, we can just check the opponent's hand and just pick one card we find there and add it to their remaining prize cards. Quite crazy, right? In the early phases of the game, just put that Sycamore, put that consistency card, add it to their prizes, and they're already like, oh my god, what am I doing here? Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It helps you out a ton since you're running non-GXs. You can even use Acerola if your circuitry gets damaged, so that is good. Also, Magnezone is also a fun option which lets you attach as many lightning energies from your hand as you like during your turn. The only problem with that is that you're relying on 2 stage 2s, which could be kind of clunky, but I'm gonna talk about more 2 stage 2s in a second here. So I'm still talking about lightning types. So we have some tech cards that I mentioned, and we have the main strategy planned out. How do we even put extra damage on the field? Because dealing 60 damage or maybe only 30 damage if the opponent does not play any GXs is kind of slow. I know we're slowing them down with the item lock and stuff, but we need to put some pressure here. How do we do that? We can try playing Golbat from Generations to snipe around some more damage, since we can drop 2 damage counters every time we evolve into a Golbat. Maybe in combination with Super Scoop Up or Rainbow Energy and Acerola, we can have ourselves a fun deck that just snipes around some damage like the old school Seismitoad EX did with Golbat all those years way back. In that regard, we could also test out Nihilego GX, which could also be tons of fun. We smack it on the bench and leave both active Pokemon poisoned and confused. And since we have free retreat on our Luxray, we can swap into another, one of those Luxrays or Luxios, and we only have the positive side on the Nihilego GX, which is awesome. In that regard, we can also just use Nihilego GX before we evolve and just evolve to get rid of our special conditions. So that's definitely a great combo here. Nihilego GX with Luxio does seem like a great strategy because the opponent will be confused and they will be item blocked. So they will be in an awkward situation where they cannot drop their Floatstone where they want to, and they will have to rely on their Guzmas, which is great. Decidueye GX is also something I'd like to try here. Did you know how good Vileplume and Decidueye was all those months way back? It was one of the best decks, if I mentioned before. Well, maybe with some rare candy, Decidueye might still come out, and with Luxio Decidueye we have kind of similar, the same deck. We have to attack with Luxio turn after turn, but with Decidueye sniping around every single turn, we might have that pressure that Luxio or even eventually Luxray with Shining Celebi is one of the greatest decks ever out there. And I know it does sound kind of clunky, but it's a matter of how we want to play with Luxio and a matter of testing. And that's it for another episode. Hope you guys are shocked to know how good Luxio was. Well then, smash the hell out of the like button because that always helps out the channel a lot. And let me know what you think about this deck idea. Will you test it out for yourself? How would you play this type of deck? Put it in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you. Also, subscribe if you haven't already for more weekly Pokemon TCG content like these episodes. And to finish off, check out Poke News on my Facebook page, facebook.com/TheZapdosTCG, where I talk about all the latest releases and card scans. So if you want to keep up to date with everything straight from the bat, go there. Anyways, have a fantastic day, and this pretty much wraps it up for another episode, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks again for watching. Peace.